This is Betty Collins, and we are Inspired Women, presented by Brady. This is the podcast that advances women towards economic, social, and political achievement. I am here to inspire you to take steps to the next level in your career. Thanks for listening and investing your time in yourself. More about inspiring women in this episode can be found at bradyware.com/resources. Confidence is silent, and insecurities are very loud, and arrogance is just completely ignored. And I want to talk about those things today. So I'm watching this YouTube video of Aretha Franklin, and I was blown away. I watched it over and over. And of course, she comes out, and everyone knows the name for the most part, right? And she's singing, "You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman." And not only is she just singing it, she's singing this for the President of the United States, Barack and Michelle Obama. And they're sitting with Carole King, who actually wrote the song. And she first comes out and she's on stage. It's a full crowd. And she starts singing, and she's playing her own music. So she's just sitting there, playing, singing like it's the most natural thing. Meanwhile, they show her president wiping a tear from his eye, and they show Carole King totally into the fact that here is this woman singing this song the way she is. Aretha Franklin doesn't seem fazed at all. She's just doing what she does. And then about halfway through the song, she decides to get up. Someone takes over the piano. She's now no longer kind of hiding behind her piano. Maybe it's easier to sing there. I don't know. I'm not an entertainer. And she comes out to the middle of the stage, and she kicks it up. So she takes a natural talent and totally makes it completely unique for her. And not only that, about probably 2/3 of the way into the song, everyone's on their feet, including the President of the United States. And she throws off her big fur, and she pulls that mic out, and she raises her arms like there's no tomorrow, and she belts it out as if she's 20 years old. And of course, the crowd is on their feet with her. And I watched it over and over. And what came to me was, you would never know if she was confident or not in what she was doing. She came out like it was the most natural thing to take her talent, and I couldn't imagine performing for the President of the United States in the first place, let alone meet him. And she's doing this like it's an everyday thing. But if you really read her story and you go back through her life, that was not always there. But that night, the confidence was just natural and amazing. Confidence is really hard. And so today what I want to cover is, what is confidence? What are the qualities of a confident person? And the fact of how can you be confident? Because I know for me, I can start a day out at 7 a.m. and I can be insecure, and by 9, arrogant, and by 2, confident maybe, and by the end of the day, insecure again. So I go to all three of those. But obviously we don't want to hang around with insecure people, and we don't want to hang around with arrogant people. We'd rather be with real confident type individuals in our lives, professionally and personally. So when I talk about confidence, you have to know what it is. And for me, the definition is easy because it's just the quality of being certain of your abilities. You are certain of who you are, you're certain of what you can do, and you trust and you have a firm belief in that, and then you go with it. Where arrogance is, it's the quality of being very superior, and then it's like you're overbearing. Nobody wants to be around that. But insecurity, to me, is just as bad as arrogance. And women tend to be more insecure and men tend to be more arrogant, and neither is good. So how do you get to that quality of being confident? And you're not always going to be confident. You're just going to have those times. But you have to admit your flaw, and you have to say no. And sometimes you have to listen and not conform. You got to be open for help, and you got to own your own feelings, and guilt isn't your friend, and you got to support others. And when you start putting that whole mix together, you're probably going to become a confident person. It's not easy, and it doesn't happen overnight. Aretha Franklin didn't get on stage her first time and sing for the president and have people on their feet emotionally engaged with her. And I'm sure that took a lifetime to do.